Okay, so I'm going to show you how to work your way through the online lab. So this is the plate tectonics lab that's in the module. You're going to click to this page here and you'll have this arrow that says please take me to the lab. So once you click it, it's going to open a brand new tab, and then it's going to look something like this. So it's going to take you out of Canvas and bring you into this. So this is the plate tectonics lab. You're just going to hit start lesson. And basically it's going to intro you, tell you kind of what you're going to do today. You'll see up in the upper right, there's a score. That'll accumulate as you work your way through the lab. So you're just going to hit next. And this is just like a regular lab. It's going to give you information and then ask you some questions about it. In some cases, it's going to take you to a web page so you can read some information and ask it. Other cases, it's going to ask you to download a map and get some information from the map. And so here it's describing, internally what's going on our planet, right? Because that's related to plate tectonics. Look, that's even an image from the PowerPoint we've done. What you're going to see along the way, and actually you'll see roughly 50 of them, are these little questions here. And it'll tell you what it's, referring to. So it's asking you to refer to these diagrams to answer these questions. When you click it, a little pop-up will show up here. And it'll ask you to, pick the correct answer. If you do, and you hit check my answer, and you get a point for that. We're like, yay! And then you just click away and it goes away. And you can see we have 1 point for that. Then we come over here, then it asks you another question. We're like, okay, we'll do that. And we check it. Oh, we got it right. All right, we got 2 out of 50. And now it wants you to go here to answer all these questions. So we'd click that, it'd open a new web page. We'd read through that information and we'd answer these questions. And we would just kind of do that. In this case, it's, oh geez, every time I fail, I'm losing points here. Right? So, hey. And so although let's see what we got here. We'll drag this over here. But because I made errors, I'm only going to get 0.2 out of 1. So I close that. So I have 2.2 out of 50. I can't go back and fix that. So if it's a multiple choice, oh, I don't want that one. Let's say, I don't want to answer that right now. How about this one? Okay. So although solid, the high temperature may cause it to be ductile. So we'll say, oh, that's false. Now you can get a hint if I check my answer. Oh, I got it wrong. 0 points for that. I can't retake it yet. So you'll have to work your way through the entire lab. And so we're going to go through, same thing. There's some imagery. Here's some links. It'll take you to some web pages. In this case, the USGS page about earthquakes, tell you specifically where to go, right? Answer those questions. Same thing. You'll just keep kind of moving through these different links to answer the questions. And each one will be some type of pop-up. And then there's a hint here, of course. I would suggest you use that. And then, oh, we got that one wrong. Okay, so you're going to work your way through all these questions. And so more explanation about what's going on for plate tectonics. And you guys should know a lot of this stuff. And then there'll be some questions about all that information that was just presented to you. And then I think the last thing is, or one of the last things is this map. So you'll actually click here and you'll download the map. And then you can zoom in and zoom out on this. Don't use this one, you'll never be able to see it. So click here to download it and open it. And then you can zoom in and move around and answer these questions appropriately. And so you're going to keep answering all these questions, just kind of moving through. And then this last part, right, we're still using the Earth's fractured surface. So we're going to use that same map you're using to answer the final questions here. And you'll go through till you're done. Holy cow, you're finally done. It's going to tally your score as it goes through. You got a couple options here. So you can just keep retaking this as many times as you would like. Okay, so if you made mistakes, it's okay. If you figured out but you'll have to go back to the page and click the link that takes you to this. So, right, so you'll go back here to here. You'll click this, it'll open a new page, and you start fresh with 0 score. And then you work your way through. You need to score at least a 70%. And so that's 35 out of 50. If you do that, you'll get a 7 out of 10 on this lab score instead of a 10 out of 10 like you would normally do if we were in lab and I could check everybody's. We give you a 10 out of 10. But here you're going to have to earn it. So, and you have to earn at least a 35 out of 50. Now, if that's enough for you and you're good, you can stop. When you want to record the score, you want to type in your name and then just hit that. It'll email me your score. Okay, so if it's below 35 out of 50 and you submit it, it'll just be a 0. You need to get at least 35 points. That'll translate to a 7 out of 10. You can take it as many times as you want. If you end up with, 49 out of 50, you'll get a 9.8 something, out of 10. So you don't have to get a perfect score, but you have to get at least a 35 out of 50 to get a score on this lab. So that's how it's going to work. So when you're done, you can submit it. If you got let's say this said 36, you're done. You're happy. Type your name, email, score, you're done. If you get that and you want to improve your score, you can retake it and get a better score and submit that one. But the two things that are important here is you need to submit a score, and it needs to be a 35 out of 50 or better to count toward your lab grade. Okay? And then, of course, don't forget when you've completed that, you're going to jump to this quiz here that's going to basically quiz you over what you learned in the lab. And that's out of 10 points. And there'll be multiple choice answers or questions for that one that you can go ahead and click for that. All right? So that's how the lab's going to work. Hopefully it makes sense. It's fairly straightforward. And if you have questions, like always, and you're not sure what you're supposed to do here, just contact me and I'll help you out.